Hey everyone, welcome to my YouTube channel, Love for Intuitive Astrology. My name is Michelle and today I will talk about the planet of Uranus in aspect to the different planets, okay? But first I will tell you a little bit in general what the planet of Uranus means. So Uranus is literally like a lightning planet in the astrology chart. It's rebellious, it's the revolutionary, it rules Aquarius, okay? So Uranus is progressive, futuristic, wants to change something for the better of humanity, right? So in order to really know what your Uranus means, go check your birth chart, check the house Uranus is in, the element, and also which sign, okay? And then you check where your Uranus is. So this is how you can make the connections, right? If you're like, okay, this is too much for me, you can also book a private reading with me. You find my email in the description box below and I would be happy to help you, not only with Uranus, but with your whole birth chart or any questions you have. Yeah, so Uranus is really unexpected. It's everything flashing in, flashing out, right? It's very eclectic, right? So it really depends what connections it makes to which planet. It also has to do with the internet, electronics. It has to do with science. So a lot of scientists have a strong Uranian aspect. And no surprise, it's also a planet that indicates astrologers. So hello, Sun trine Uranus, Sun trine midheaven. So here I am making a video about Uranus in astrology. So like Uranus is everything different. It wants to think out of the systems, out of the box, and it means flashing lights, like lightning, right? It can mean literal lightning depending on the connections. So yeah, let's move on to the planets, right? And see what you have in your birth chart and what does it mean for you, right? So first we have the sun, and the sun is of course who you are, what are you here to do in your life, right? What you really want to achieve. It's kind of related to the ego, but also to the father. So, you know, I'm just gonna separate it with the easy aspects and the difficult aspects. So the easy aspects are the sextiles and the trines, okay? So if we have the sun trining Uranus, okay, Mercury retrograde, hello, I'm a little bit foggy. Yeah, so when the sun is trining Uranus, it's kind of like a natural rebellious personality. I have this in my own chart. It's like I'm not even aware that I rebel sometimes, and for other people it seems like it's natural to me, like I'm very independent naturally. And you know, when you have any connections with the sun and Uranus, you do not want to be claimed. It's like when you really dislike possessiveness. People are trying to possess you. It's like an allergy. It's like, hey, I'm independent, I want to do whatever I want to do, so please do not possess me or try to get a grip on me, because Uranus is not a planet that wants to have anyone have a grip on them, right? Because this is how they go out of the box. So this is a very significant signature of sun in aspect with Uranus. If you have a square, you're probably more of a fighting spirit, okay? You really want to achieve something, you really want to rebel. The need to rebel is stronger. So you really feel like you have to fight for the rights, right? Like maybe for a non-profit organization, or you are the one that does the protests, or you're like fighting against the authority, like this can no longer happen, or like have a difficult connection with the father, or you could have to deal with a father that's like, you know, is very hard to grasp. This could be someone that was all over the place and you were like, where is he now? He's gone. I don't know. So this can outer itself in different ways. But yeah, definitely this is someone that wants to do something out of the box. So a lot of you are, you know, interested in out of the box thinking, and you can use it into your own work, okay? So it doesn't mean you have to be in a very Uranian job. It's more like, I'm gonna use these talents of the flashes of insights that I have for the job that I'm executing, or for anything that you're doing. But there needs to be some level of freedom, okay? Because the sun is who you are, and you want to be free in some way, right? You want to have some level of freedom. So yeah, check which house it is in your chart, and that will tell you a lot. So this is the sun. Let's move on to the moon, right? So the moon is your emotions, how you are feeling. And the moon can represent your mother. So what happens when we have a moon square Uranus, for example, or any difficult aspect, opposition, doesn't matter, you could have to deal with really unexpected outburst of emotions. It's like Uranus has a difficulty really getting into the body, right? It's more up in the head. So it's like think, and then suddenly it's like, whoa, why am I here? What am I doing? Whoa, okay, where's my way out, right? So it comes in and it comes out. It's like, oh wow, I didn't know my feelings were so strong. I wasn't in my body enough to sense it. And it really depends on other aspects in your chart. It could also have to do with a mother that was a little bit all over the place, right? A scientific mother, or someone who was really difficult to grasp, and you took over some of that within your own personality. It's like, oh, I see a flash of insight. I feel this, I'm gonna act on it. I feel this, I'm gonna act on it, right? So a sextile and a trine is more natural flowing. So that's more like, okay, I feel that, because it's really weird, because Uranus is more about the thoughts, right? It's more intuitive flashes of thoughts from the head, not necessarily from the body. So now you have to kind of work together with your body and your mind. So sometimes you feel something and you feel like acting on it instantly, right? So with the difficult aspects, give yourself the time to be in your body and to really feel what's going on, right? But at the same time, you could have a lot of intuitive ideas that come like this, coming in, and you're like, wow, okay, I really have these great ideas. I was at home, I was feeling good, and suddenly it just happened, it just clicked, okay? So this is the moon aspecting Uranus. Also, don't push moon, whatever aspect, Uranus, into pressing them into feeling something, okay? They don't want to be forced into feeling something. That it needs to come from them. They will come to you, okay? Like I said with the sun as well, Uranus does not like to be possessed. It needs to be free. This is the aspect where you need to be free. So your emotions need to be free to be explored, okay? And very often the emotions are explored through rational thinking and through like scientific thoughts even, you know? It's like it's kind of like a psychologist that's like, okay, yeah, because this, that, and that, and that, and that's why I feel like this. So yeah, if you have this aspect, confirm with me if this is how you feel, but yeah, let me know. And yeah, let's move on to Mercury. So if you have Mercury, you know, the planet of communication, thought processes, if you have an aspect with Uranus, especially conjunction, wow, okay, you have constant thoughts flashing in, and it's like you have brilliant ideas, okay? You are someone that's very progressive. You can make like innovations in new products. You can see patterns on how to improve things so quickly, much quicker than other people, and they can't keep up with you, and this can be very frustrating. Okay, so if you have a difficult aspect, it's like, oh, why can't they see what I see? Why can't they think like I do? But you're not here to think like everyone else does, isn't it? You're here to think because you're different. You have a different thought process, and this is gonna help a lot of people. So do not be discouraged. You're here to do something new and be in a position where your thoughts are being heard, right? So for example, I mean, in my own perspective, a lot of like scientific people, astrologers, things that you need to connect really quickly. I mean, in astrology, we need to see a chart and then really quickly connect that to a personality, okay? So there need to be like these flashes of ideas coming in. And with the intellect of Mercury, you can also be very good at mathematics. So it's like, wow, you see the equations and the solutions very quickly. It just comes to you. You could be a very good programmer or someone who is very good at quickly writing something down. It's really difficult for you to take it easy though, because Uranus wants to be quick, right? It wants to I need to write it down. At least you need to write it down, because your ideas come so quickly that you will forget. So if you have an idea, my recommendation is to write it down, okay? If you have a difficult aspect with Mercury, it could be that sometimes your brain is overly worked, it's overworked, and it could lead to mental health issues. So make sure to meditate and to stay in your own alignment, because otherwise you might be like, it's like a burnout in the head, okay? If you have more easy aspects, you can use it in your job. It's going to be like an inner talent. Like a sextile needs to be explored a little bit more, but a trine is like, whew. And with an opposition, it's like you're going from one thing to another, right? It's like, I feel like this, but now I have ideas like that. Oh yeah. So, you know, always try to work with your talents the most possible, and yeah, things will be really good for you. So that's what I have for Mercury. Let's move on to Venus. So we have the planet of love and money in an aspect in your chart with Uranus. So when we think about love, I think about this song. It's just like, eclectic love, na 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 na. I'm not a good singer, but you know, it's like this song reminds me of Uranus with Venus. This has to do with a lot with online dating. Okay, so online dating, successful. It's a recommendation for the single Uranus, especially trine and sextiles, right? If you have a more difficult aspect, you will see that you probably have a little bit of difficulty staying with one person. So it's like you meet someone and it's like, oh no, I'm out of it. You meet someone and it's like, I might be out of it, okay? So it's like always one foot out of the door. This is with the difficult aspects. So the real thing is that you need to work with your Uranian energy and find ways to love yourself, okay? I am different and I love every weird aspect about myself. And when you love this weird side of you, you will not run away from other people anymore, because you will attract someone on the same frequency just as weird as you are. And that's what you ultimately want, right? You want to be yourself, and you want to attract someone that's like you can be weird with also. And especially a Uranian person, it's important to be with someone that loves your progressive ideas and want to be with you for the person that you are. So if you're going to start talking about alien invasion, the other person needs to be like, okay, that's interesting. Because, you know, you need someone to love you for the rebel, the person you are, okay? And with the easy aspects, I would say you are naturally flowing. Like, Uranus is not really a really sentimental sign, okay? This is more like, let's do something futuristic together, or let's be in a, like, maybe in a partnership of making new products for the future, or, you know, it's more with the mind, I would say, and intuition than really with the heart. But it depends on your other aspects in the chart. And then we would have Venus in the sense of money, okay? So if you have opposition or square, and it's sometimes even conjunction, there could be unexpected money coming in, unexpected money going out, okay? It's like, whoosh, whoosh. It came in, it's out, okay? 1 year you have a lot of income coming in, and also the income can come into your life through Uranian activities. So social media, internet, IT, programming, anything futuristic, maybe non-profit organizations, anything rebellious, out of the system, weird. I mean, it could be astrology. So, you know, this will tell you a lot about how you will earn your money. And like, why is love also money? It's because you value yourself. And the way you love and value yourself, it will be seen and shown back to you with your outer world. So this is really beautiful, isn't it? So yeah, that's Venus. So let's move on to Saturn. So if you have Saturn in connection or in aspect with Uranus, like Saturn is the planet of karma. It's the planet of hard work. So in this case, I would see someone that is working, you know, it's taking it really serious to bring something new into this world, right? Using Uranian qualities to really, really make a difference, and you really work hard towards it. So it could be you're starting a non-profit organization. It could be, you know, because your karma is literally like your unfinished business. So maybe you haven't spent enough time about thinking out of the box and daring to start something that is different from everyone else. And it's really about embracing being a different person. And, you know, like also working hard towards all the visions, the futuristic visions that you have for the future, okay? So with Saturn, it's like if you're backing out, it will hit you back. This is time to really work hard, especially before 27 and before, 57, before your Saturn return, you will get a check like, hey, did you do your job there? Yes or no? So yeah, work your magic. And my shirt is literally saying, protect your magic. So for some of you viewers, I just want to say, like, protect what you want to bring to the world. Work hard for the things that you really want to do. So the ideas that flashed into your brain, they are there for you to do something with, okay? So if you have this brilliant idea, it takes hard work to actually execute it into something. So this is your Saturn, okay? Someone who's really determined to bring something in this world according to these creative ideas. So obviously, if you have a trine or sextile, well, sextile is like you need to activate this talent, right? Because trines and sextiles are actually the ones that are more lazy. They're like, I can do it, but. And the squares, oppositions, conjunctions are like, let's go, let's do this, let's go for it, right? So, you know, but Saturn also restricts in some ways. So it could feel at times that you feel restricted actually with your creative ideas. So when one comes, it's something serious and you have to do something with it. So yeah, that's Saturn. I look at my book if I don't forget any planets. Yeah, let's move on to Jupiter. So Jupiter is the planet of expansion, luck. It's really all about wisdom. So in connection, in aspect with Uranus, this is someone who's very wise, who can study and learn a lot. This is someone who is like also using wisdom of life to expose on a platform. So this could be a YouTuber, this could be like some type of I don't want to say a guru, but like a coach, like someone that uses their experience to share with the world and change something, right? It's some kind of wisdom that you have and you want to share with people. So I experienced this and I want to tell you all what that did to me. Or I tried to invent something, but you know, it took me a few times, and this is the wisdom I created, right? Jupiter can also be a bit lazy, so it's like, you know, sometimes you have these amazing ideas and you're not doing anything with it. But I definitely see someone who is really really wise and really quick-minded and finds their luck into things like into Uranian, in, I wouldn't say jobs, because it really depends. Where's your Uranus and where's your Jupiter? Okay, I'm getting I need to move my body a little bit. So yeah, it's like almost like intuitively I would say you get people unstuck, and that's why I had to move my body. So you guys get people unstuck, and you do that with all your wisdom, with your creative ideas, with your inventive ideas. And for you, it's really about teaching people how to, so these could be teachers, like scientific teachers, any type of teacher that's teaching Uranian qualities. So very, very interesting. See which sign Uranus is in and see which sign Jupiter is in, and that will help you a lot. So this is Jupiter for me. Then we have Neptune, right? And Neptune, it dissolves in a way, right? So Neptune is very spiritual, and Neptune is also prone to addictions. So people who have a square with Neptune, every time their mind is like upset or something happens, they might want to grab to something Neptunian. So the most highest best form would be to meditate, to create art, to be a graphic designer, or to use your upsets in a creative way. So because there's a lot of ideas coming in, right? And Neptune sometimes, to quiet the mind, wants to go get substances. Wow, Mercury retrograde is really getting to me. Substances, yeah. So the highest form is to meditate and get all these creative ideas. You know, these people can connect to other worldly universes and get information back to Earth, okay? This is for the star seeds out there, okay? These are people can have information from different dimensions and can bring it here. And you know, I just want to tell you, you're not weird, you're not strange. This is your task, this is what you're here to do, okay? So this is when Uranus has connection with Neptune, and there have been people who got like formulas for different scientific explorations through meditation, okay? Like, to me, nothing is impossible. With my sun trine Uranus, it's like, yeah, I like everything out of the box, new inventions, new stuff. So bring it on, you Neptunes. Don't let people talk you down, because this is the worst thing that can happen with this placement. Make a change, make a change. Be this, you know, you could be like a meditation teacher that can make people feel into their body, or create something different, right? You could be a really good creator of anything, artistic or expressive, okay? So this is for Neptune. What do we have left? Pluto. Yeah, we have Pluto, okay? So Pluto is the planet of the underworld. So Uranus can snap you into the underworld to have a look and take you out. And you bring your experiences to the world, okay? Pluto will make you bump into a wall, and until you see what you have to do. So there will be really good insights that come true, like really deep solutions that will help you solve the things that are happening in your life. So check where's your Pluto. This is where is your inner power, your inner strength, but this is also where you could see your shadow side, okay? So Uranus is really showing flashes and progressive ways on working with your shadow side and getting out of this place of, you know, like, for some people it's hard to see their dark side, right? But Uranus is like, hey, let's look at the future. You're in deep trouble. I wanted to say bad words because but whatever. You're in deep trouble now, but let's look at the future. How can we do this better, right? So you could be a catalyst of change because you will drag other people out and put them in the future. How do you want your future to look like? You cannot stay in this dark place forever, you know? Now we're gonna find creative solutions to get you into the world and to make the world a better place. Let's do this. Let's clean up the darkness and let's make a system that works for everyone. So this is literally when there's Pluto. Okay, when we have a square, this is probably a little bit more, this person is more aggressive or more, no, I wouldn't say violent, but it's more like, let's make this change, you know, more passionate about it. So it's always a little bit too much until you find the right balance. Okay, this is what I can recommend to squares. Easy ones are there to transform people, right? From A to B transformation. And oppositions just are like, they go from one side to another. So it's like you're in your inner power, but then something happens, an event happens, and you're away and you lose your inner power. So it's like, my power, Uranus. Bye, and I'm back, and then I gave everything away again, okay? So that's for Pluto. And then we have Mars. I almost forgot Mars. I didn't write it down. I don't know why. Yeah, but Mars is really about passion, aggression, moving forward. So you can be very passionate about certain projects. You it could also indicate some kind of violence. It's a little bit similar to Pluto, right? Like you can get too far with a square. So if you are irritated, go do some sports, because Mars square Uranus can lose it sometimes. It's like, I'm losing it. Why can't people see what I'm seeing? I'm done with this, right? So this is really when people kind of, yeah, they can kind of lose it for a bit. But at the same time, you can use this power, this inner strength, to change the world and to bring your ideas forward, okay? Not forcing it on people, but with passion, with passion for life, okay? So when it's more natural, you're probably you're really passionate about projects. So if you work online, you're really, or with science or anything, you will probably stick to, like, you stick to your goals. And this is the highest form of Mars. It could also indicate like unexpected events happening to you, okay? In the sense of, if you have a transit also on your Mars square Uranus, you gotta be a little bit careful about accidents, okay? So this is what I can recommend to you when it comes to Mars. Yeah, so I think I covered it all. I just wanted to have like a chill setting. I didn't prepare nothing. I just wanted to share some of my wisdom to all of you, my experience with Uranus, since I have a strong Uranian influence in my own chart with my midheaven, and my midheaven is saying, hey, show your rebellious side to the universe, to the public. But at the same time, it's a trine, so it feels more like a natural rebellious side that I'm not that aware of, but other people tell me, like, sometimes, because I'm very independent and I'm very like, every time someone is trying to control me, it's like, nah, I just want to do things myself. I get a lot of ideas all the time and things that I want to do. And it's like, if I lose something, it always comes back. So I have Uranus in my second house, so I can make money through online activities, right? And I work in both with websites and with I work in SEO, search engine optimization, and astrology. And people are always like, how is that ever the same? Like, how is that the same? But for me, Uranus is astrology and also online websites. So there's not a big difference in that. So it's about something out of the box. I like to have an out of the box life. You know, I moved to different countries many times, and a lot of times I went by myself because I just like to throw myself in this situation, which can be stupid sometimes, but at the same time they were the biggest blessings ever, because I always do let the divine guide me, and I always feel in my heart what is good for me and what's not. And that's why I'm so passionate about being an intuitive astrologer. Yeah, so if you like this video, subscribe to my channel. I make many more videos. I'm gonna go back to monthly horoscopes, very many educational videos, meditations, and you know, embrace your weirdness. So bless you so much, and hope to see you soon. Bye bye, Uranian folks.